Good morning. Today is February 17th, 2021, and today is a special day, a day that I've been waiting for. This day marks the day that Mr. Les Brown, the motivator, Mamie Brown's baby boy, she decided, or I'm sorry, she took him on, but his mother, his biological mother, gave birth to him on this day. This day was the day that the world was able to receive the message. He talks about how he is the message, and we all have learned from him. And we are going to pour words of thanks and gratitude into him. We are going to show him how much we care that he has cared. Someone has said good morning, and I'm happy that you are here and that you are listening. Today, several people have decided that they are going to pop in and allow Mr. Brown to know just how important and impactful he has been in our lives. I have a special speaker that is about to take the stage in just a moment. And this man is one of the most impactful speakers that I have ever met. It has been such a pleasure getting to know all of the speakers from the Power Voice system that Mr. Les Brown and Mr. John Tallarico put together to make this world a place where we are able to impact lives by the power of our voice. Today is a day that it holds so much meaning for me. Mr. Brown, you gave my voice power, and for that, I cannot say thank you enough. But today we're going to try. We're going to try to give you all of the thanks, all of the flowers, all of the gratitude that you deserve, because you tell us all the time, you have greatness in you. And we want to let you know today that you have greatness in you. And we thank you for that. So we have a lineup. People are coming in now, ready to speak and give their words of thanks. I am going to have my business coach speak. I believe he's ready. And soon after him, we're going to have someone that was a part of the Power Voice Summit 2 with me speak and give his words of thanks. So first, we're going to have Mr. Michael Baptiste. Good morning, Michael.
Hey, hi, Holders. How you doing?
I'm doing well. This is a wonderful day, and I'm just so excited to be able to tell Mr. Brown how much he has impacted so many lives and just give him a personal message that he can refer back to if times ever seem to get him down, that he knows that every moment that he has spent pouring into people and leaving seeds and messages of hope, that it was so worth it because we are all impacted by it. So thank you so much, Michael, for being here. What would you like to say to Mr. Brown?
Wow. Well, oh man, whew, I'm a little nervous right now. My heart is like, it's so. I know, Les, you're watching this. You watching this recording where around. I have been practicing. I was in walking around. I was outside saying, man, what am I gonna say? I was in the shower trying to come up with ideas. And Les, there's no. Oh man. Whew, gotta take a deep breath. So first off, Les, you may not know me, never heard of me. My name is Michael Baptiste, and I'm from South Miami, Florida. I know you're from Liberty City. I'm from South Miami, Florida, Red Road Apartment Project Complex. And I grew up single mom, teenage mom. My father was in prison when I was born. So you and I, we have a similar hardship story, which is one of the things that allowed me to resonate with you so well over your career and everything that you've done. But I tell you my story because I want you to know where I'm from, similar situation, and just it's important for you to hear that. For me, I made it out of the hood through a basketball scholarship, and I suffered two knee surgeries. I thought I was going to the NBA. Knee surgery said, nope, you actually are going to the hospital bed, you know? And those two surgeries sent me to the worst depression of my life, Les. Like it did. And honestly, when I was in that depression, you know, I wanted to die every day, literally. The thing that pulled me out of it was there was some voice. I don't know what the voice was, you know, voice of God, whatever it is. It came and it said, Mike, don't die. You have a message inside of you. You got something special inside of you. Don't die yet. And I said, all right, whatever voice. I'm just not going to die. I'll just keep going, I guess. And there came a point I got back into school at Florida Memorial University, but something happened, Les. I went through it, like the depression came back. I got injured again my first year at this new school, and I saw all the bad thoughts came back. I was about to drop out of college again for a second time, and then I remember I was home with family. You know, the support wasn't there. And I'm just like, man, I cannot go back to college and not do anything that's gonna help me become free from this situation. And I went on YouTube. And I just typed, I said, man, God, please, God, I need something. I need somebody who knows something, because I don't have anything. I don't have like my role models were the rap stars. You know what I mean? My role models were the dope boys and the guys I saw playing in the NBA and actors, but there was nobody doing anything in business. So I go on YouTube and I say, hey, look, how to be motivated, right? How to motivate myself. And man, I see this guy, a little heavy set guy, with a professional shirt is in front of an audience. I say, let me click and see what this guy talking about. Unless I watched your video and, you know, it was you talking to a bunch of people I didn't know. I didn't know you at that time, but something was like, just wait, just listen. And you said something to me that not only did it change my life, Les Brown, you've changed thousands of other people's lives that I've impacted. You said, you got to be hungry for success. You gotta be hungry for success. And we got that thing, we got it. And that's when you told me that, man. Oh my gosh, like you changed my life. You changed my life, Les. You changed my life. And honestly, like that led to actually me partnering with a group of people, and we created a beverage company called Fresh Start Beverage Company. We co-created a product together called Banana Wave Banana Milk. It's selling in stores like Walmart, Whole Foods, and a bunch of other stores. And literally like that hunger is one of the things that inspired not only me, but also the founder of that company. He was also inspired by you, listening to you talk about you got to be hungry for success. And he wanted to create a food product to help people with hunger, you know, and I decided to help him also help feed people with this product. So like, Les, I want to first off tell you that you've inspired me. You've inspired my partner. You know, you've inspired a lot of things we're doing. And honestly, I would literally, like, when I had nobody, you were my mentor. I was at home and I would rewrite what you were saying word for word. I would sit with I have journals at home, like literally, and just of me copying, writing down what you said to get it ingrained here and to get it ingrained here. And honestly, Les, like that was one of the biggest things that started my transformation out of depression and into me becoming the man that I am today. So I want to say thank you first and foremost, Les, for that. And oh man, I don't even know how to continue to express it. Like I just have, I'm almost at a loss for words, because you know you've done so much for me. You've done so much for so many other people out there. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. You know, I'm grateful that I got to learn as much as I did learn from you, and I'm grateful that now I can come and tell you happy birthday. So now that I've shared the story, I've shared my testimony. I've shared how Mr. Leslie Brown has transformed my life. You've impacted my life. You've inspired me. You've motivated me to this day. You know, it's 2021. I still listen to your talks from years ago that you did way back when. I still listen to what you have to say. And you know what, Les? I still repeat it to myself in here and in here. And honestly, it ain't over until I win. And you know what I mean? It's like, man, you've shared so much that I live my life by. And it's absolutely like it worked. It worked, Les. it worked. I'm living proof to come in and talk to you and tell you that it worked. So with all of that, with my testimony of how great and amazing you are, I can't let you go without doing this for you, because I feel like this is a treat. This is what I do for friends anyway. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Les Brown. Letting you know that you got to be hungry for success. One more time, you got to be hungry for success. Happy birthday to you.
Anymore.
Yes. Hey, happy birthday, Les. Happy birthday. Thank you for all the inspiration. Thank you for the motivation. Thank you for helping me come out of that depression. Thank you for changing my life. And I just got to say this because I've been mentored by Miss Ann McNeil. Okay, Ann McNeil is like my second mother. She's been mentoring me for over a decade of my life, which also is a part of so much success that I've achieved. And I just have to say, I just have to, like, you know, give her this shout out and also give you this major testimony birthday gift. I mean, I don't even know what to call it, Les. I'm just, as you can hear, I'm so excited to just be sharing this with you. But man, I hope that this makes you smile. I hope that this helps you feel good in heart. And just know, Les, I love you. I thank you. I honor you. I respect you. You will always be the GOAT of all GOATs. And man, thank you, Les. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Kristin, for allowing me to share.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Michael Baptiste. That was amazing. Next up, we have Mr. Maxwell Adkoje. Did I pronounce that right, Maxwell? I'll let you let us know when I bring you to the stage. He is here, he is ready, and he is hungry to share his message with all of you and Mr. Les Brown.
Fantastic. Hello. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
I can hear you, yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm so excited to be here this morning. I was trying to sing. I just can't sing. I'm sorry, but happy I can't sing.
Oh,
I can't sing for you, Les. You're gonna cry if I start singing. So I'm gonna hold back the singing part. But I'd like to say this deep from my heart. If I use words to express how grateful I am to Les Brown, I think I'm gonna be abusing words. I'm gonna abuse words so bad that it's not gonna connect to how grateful I am, you know, connecting with Les Brown. I'm going to use a quote by Les Brown that has really, really transformed, has really touched my life. And I always remember that quote every time I'm in adversity. And it says, if you do what's hard, your life, you guys already know what I'm talking about. If you do what's hard, your life is going to be easy. If you do what's easy, your life is going to be hard. And what does that mean to me? You see, when I try to reflect on things, I go back and look into God's creation. And this quotation takes me back to the jungle Les. You see, regardless of the situation, no matter how hard it is in the jungle, the lion will never eat grass. You will never, ever find a lion eating grass, regardless of the recession, no matter how hard things are. But the lion is going to do what's hard. It's going to look for the meat, not stoop down to the grass. So if you do what's hard, your life is going to be easy. And there is no lion without a scar, because they have gone through hard times. They have gone through tough times. So that's one of my favorite Les Brown quotes, because it reminds me that regardless of the situation you're in, there's always a way out. And don't go for the easy way out. Don't eat grass. You are a lion. You eat meat. Stop stooping down to the grass. Take what belongs to you. That's what that quotation means a lot to me. So Les Brown, like I say, words cannot express how grateful I am, because you have been a miracle, not in just in my life. I know thousands and millions of people. When you mention Les Brown, you don't need to mention his name twice. People already know who you're talking about. And that's really excite me. At 76, you're still making an impact. That's huge. Just like his favorite friend, Dr. Monroe, says that the richest place in the world is the graveyard. People are going to take their gift to the graveyard. But Les Brown is going to die empty, because he's going to the graveyard empty whenever he decides to go. He's taking nothing to the graveyard. So this is an example that we need to emulate. It's not just about breathing free air and just eating food. Be an impact to people, just like Les Brown has been an impact to my life and been an impact to so many people. And he continues at 76 to give you new quotation, new ways to look at stuff at 76. And we are probably at 30, at 40, we're complaining about our situation. But look at him. He is somebody to emulate. If he was a God, I would worship him. Les Brown, I want to say thank you so much for every single thing you have done, not just for me, on behalf of the family. I want to say thank you. I know you have many more years, and I want to wish you good health. I want to say your health is going to continue to improve, because I know your health is already improving. I'm happy for that, but I want to pray that God is going to continue to use you, and not just use you. He's going to use you in good health. And I'll get that back to you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Maxwell. That was amazing. I appreciate you sharing with us today and showing Les some love.
Thank you.
That was amazing. So, I love it. I love it. I love it. We have another phenomenal speaker here in the lineup. And keep it coming, guys. You can pop in if you have the connection and the ability to hit that link that I've shared with some of you today. It's because I know that you have been impacted by Les Brown, and I have been impacted by you. And I want to hear your voice today, and I know that Les Brown would love to hear it too. Today, right now, we have the eclectic motivational speaker, marketer, boxer, woman that loves dogs and horses. She is just amazing. I've heard some of her story. This woman has been through a lot, but she is so strong, you guys, you can't even tell. I'm going to bring Miss Yashika B to the stage. Hello and good morning.
Hey, good morning. Look, I was from, I thought, who's she talking about? Is she? Hold on, wait a minute. I thought this was about who's she talking about? Good morning, good morning. Hey, after Maxwell, good Lord. I said, okay, so am I in the right room? No, he was awesome. He's amazing. So yes, good morning. Thank you for doing this. I saw it and I was like, okay, let me pull over and say something and jump in. Today is Mr. Les Brown's birthday. Happy birthday. The godfather, I say the godfather of public speaking, the motivator himself, one and only Mr. Les Brown. And thank you for your vision to show the rest of us that we can do things against all kind of odds and obstacles that have been put in our way. And my favorite quote from Les Brown is the one I use a lot. It says, when life knocks you down, try to land on your back. As long as you can look up, you can get up. I use that one because that is so personal to me, because life has knocked me down so much. And I'm telling you, you don't even realize where your resilience is coming from, but you just keep bouncing back, and just, bouncing up. So I took it one step further. I said, you know what? When life knocks you down, try to land on your back. As long as you can look up, you can get up. But once you get up, do something different. Because if we're doing the same thing that knocked us down, we're going to get the same results. So therefore, do something different once you get up. And I just want to leave that. I don't know the platform, Kristin, how do is it a time frame or what we're doing? As far as saying.
No, you can pop in and out today.
Pop in, huh?
You can pop in and out if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. But this is this is an awesome platform that you decided to do. I saw it this morning, and I was over there at Starbucks to get my coffee this morning. So I wanted to get in here and at least show you some love. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
even inviting me on your platform. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
again, happy birthday, Mr. Les Brown. You have inspired so many of us already. I don't even know how many. We started off with 25. I think we're almost at 1,000 maybe. Power Voice. That's awesome. And still, we're tuning in, listening. Even the one of us who's graduated and passed on, we're still coming back to listen to you, to get nuggets from you. Still borrowing your stuff, and thank you for leaving it for us to borrow and grow on. Again, I'm not going to hold a lot of time, Chris. And again, you're doing great things. Thank you for allowing me to pop in on your time frame, and thank you for recognizing him as well.
Yashika, thank you so much. I know that it will mean the world to him that we are just taking the time out of our day to give back just a little bit of the time that he has given us. And when I hear him on the Wednesday calls saying that those Wednesday calls motivate him to keep going, it is amazing, and it is just so nice and refreshing to have such a leader like him, and to have a great standard to try to attain. So I thank you.
And you're right about that, because on the Wednesday nights when he does say that sometimes he's hurting, he looks forward to that, and then the pain subsides until after the call. You know, that's powerful. And then the ones that are able to speak, and he's speaking back, pouring life into you. Because even if you had a deflated day, coming that Wednesday night when he speaks, it's just you just inflate all over again. It's just that powerful. It's that powerful, and okay, I could go on and on, but we don't want to do that because other people who want to get in there and say happy birthday to Mr. Les Brown. I would sing, but I didn't, you know. You know how the world ain't ready. The world ain't ready yet. You know, they ain't ready.
I love it. I love it.
All right, now have a great day. Now keep doing what you do.
Thank you, Yashika. I love it. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, you guys. So I know that we've had some people attempt to log in, and I do encourage you to do so. The next person that we have up was also a Power Voice Summit speaker. I know that he probably is getting himself situated and settled right now. And I am excited. I think that we're going to try to do something a little creative with him today, because him and I have promised each other that we were going to collaborate. And his name is Mr. Stefan Sizzle Suggs, the poet, the creative. He is an amazing man and an amazing father. If you follow him on social media, you know that his daughter is so, so important to him. He's a man with a wonderful heart. I'm going to bring him to the stage so that he may share a little of his gratitude with Mr. Les Brown. Hello, Stefan Sizzle.
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
I can. So nice to see you.
Good. So nice to see you and everyone as well. Yeah, man, this is amazing. And I appreciate that introduction. I'm sorry I'm in the barbershop right now.
Oh, great. Hey, that's where great things and great conversations happen.
It surely does. It surely does. But yes, Les Brown is words cannot describe how Les Brown makes me feel. He's a great man, great person. I'm so happy it's his birthday. I actually wrote him a poem today that I'm going to read him later. I don't want to give it away just yet, but I'm excited about that. It's going to basically just explain exactly how I feel. It's the best way I know how.
All right. So you and I, we talked about like collabing and just kind of being off the cuff. You want to do like a creative poem for him right now? Nothing like what you've written for tonight.
Sure.
All right. So do you want to start or do you want me to start? We're going to go line by line?
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun. You started off.
All right. Here we go. Mr. Les Brown, words just cannot explain.
How you impact our life with many gains.
Oh, I love it. You've caused us to be driven and filled our voices with power.
I can't believe you packed so much value in only an hour.
Isn't that the truth? Mr. Brown, we love you and we give you gratitude from our hearts.
It's a good one. We love you, give you gratitude from our hearts. A bond this special, no one can tear it apart.
Yay! The end. Collab poem from Kristin Brooke and Stefan Sizzle Suggs. I love
Easy,
it.
easy. And more to come
Right?
in the future, right? That
Yes,
was
that
just a
was
warm
fun.
up.
That was really fun. I'm gonna have you on Real Talk or something, and we'll do some more of that.
Anytime, I love it. I want to kind of challenge people to do stuff like that, so I love it.
Yes, improv, baby.
Let's bring it back.
Right? So yeah, I need to allow you to say more words of what you personally want to say to Mr. Brown. This is your space, your time to really just love him up. So I'm gonna let you have a moment to speak to the camera, speak to Mr. Brown, and let him know what you want him to know. How has
Yeah,
he impacted your life?
like I said, Mr. Brown has had a major impact on my life. From the moment I was first introduced to him, it's just been nothing but ups and downs. But even as I said in my previous poem that I wrote to him, the pandemic really made me realize that a lot of the information he was giving, success leaves clues. A lot of the things he was saying, a lot of the things he was telling us to implement, it really did, was effective if you actually implemented it. The application part is very key. And once I started to make those changes, I realized that I am very powerful. And then you combine that with that hunger that he always speaks and talks about, man, it's like you can do anything you want on this planet and just manifesting to the point where I was able to speak to him and be in his program and learn from him. Like he said, some things I taught, some things I caught. There are a lot of things he taught me, but there are a lot of things I just caught along the way. Just watching him, his mannerisms, how he controls the crowd, how he switches up his voice, just the different level of techniques. He really showed me that speaking was an art. And, I love it. I'm going to run with it. And, the future is bright, man.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Stefan. I appreciate it. So are you about to get a haircut or you already
Yeah.
done?
No, I'm next in line.
Okay. Well, we can't even tell because you have your hat on. So
Yeah, we're going to keep it that way.
we look forward to seeing the fresh cut tonight.
Yes, it will be fresh cut for tonight. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, you have a great day. If you want to stick around, you may. But otherwise, you're free to go and pop back on if you want later.
Okay, I surely will. I just wanted to make sure I definitely got on and said my congratulations then and just show my gratitude and my love as you said. So I'll definitely try to pop back in later.
All right. Perfect.
All right, you
Thank
guys
you,
take care.
Stefan. Have a great
Anytime.
one. That was amazing. Oh, okay. So we have a few more people that are in line. Right now, we have an amazing man that created a very unique platform and created his own summit in which Mr. Brown spoke at. And this man created a platform that challenged speakers to speak off the cuff. It was a pleasure and a delight to be able to have the opportunity to work with him on Unscripted Voices. If you don't know, now you know, and you need to check it out. It's amazing to see the power that the speakers, once they go through Mr. Brown's course, how we're able to pull from our wisdom and our knowledge and create a cohesive speech and message without a script. So I'd like to bring to the stage Mr. Iffy McCoy.
I was like, who are you introducing? Is that me or someone else? Are you talking about me?
I was talking about you.
Awesome.
I hope it was all good for you.
Hey, Kristin, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. You're doing excellent job today. It's a big idea. What you're doing today is great. You see, when you have a great idea, it flourishes. You don't stress yourself. You don't go through a lot of hassle to bring it into thought. So I want to thank you for the brilliant idea. You got it and you acted on it. So I want to say congratulations to what you're doing today. That's a massive breakthrough for your group and everything you're going to be doing. Thank you very much for that. Giving us the opportunity to say our gratitude to our Godfather is really inspiring. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So Iffy, I just want you to feel the opportunity that you have the opportunity to share with Mr. Brown exactly what he means to you, what impact he's had on you, and just anything that you would like for him to know. Because hopefully he's one of the people that are watching it. Maybe we'll get a surprise from him a little bit later today. So feel free to share so that when he looks back on this, he knows exactly what.
Well, I don't know, but I can't really find the exact grammar or English word to use. How much grateful I am to Les. I've been opportunity to share the same stage with him, and it was a dream come true. It was a dream I had about 7 to 8 or 9 years ago, and it just came into reality just last month. So for those who know my story, you know how influential Les has been to my life. And if I might take my time to share a little bit, I don't know, how much time do I have?
As much as you need. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm trying to be reasonable. Awesome. So, I mean, when I was born in Africa, Nigeria to be precise, and if you have been opportune to listen to my story, I was born when my father wasn't there. And if you have any friends from Africa or from Nigeria, from the 80s and 90s, if you were born out of what the word called wedlock, is a massive problem for the family. Now, this is how bad it was. The church is not just gonna discipline your mom for having a child at home. The church is gonna discipline the parents of your mother for allowing their children to be irresponsible to have kids at home. So the stigmatization was massive. That's why you have a lot of people committing abortion and doing all those stuff because of the shame. But my mom had to go through it. I'm still grateful to her today that she, surpassed all the pressure to have an abortion. If not, I wouldn't be here today talking to you. So when all these things were happening, at the age of 12 or so, I can't really remember vividly. So I went to this church, it was a big, massive auditorium, and the man was preaching, and he said that any person that is born out of wedlock will never amount to anything. And it was like, I didn't hear what he said. And he said again, if you have a child who's born out of wedlock, that child will never amount to anything because it was not planned by God, because it was illegitimate and all that. Immediately he said that, my feet grew cold. And I began to remember everything that happened to me in my past that I didn't succeed in. I'm like, okay, this is why I failed. This is why I failed. From that moment, my life was total failure. So everything that happens to me, okay, now this is what this man said. It's true. I was never going to amount to anything. So that led me on for a very long time. You see what? Let's keep saying other people's opinion. That opinion became my order of the day because of the respect we have for priests at those olden age, because of the respect we have for church leaders. So everything they say, they're like the oracle of God. So I live with this for over 5, 7, 8, almost 10 years of my life, thinking I was a failure. Until that day, I don't know whether it's true blessing or true mistake. I don't know how it happened. For some reason, I heard a voice that said, never allow someone's opinion to become your reality. Just like Susie said, some things you thought, some things you caught. I caught that one. For some reasons, I never let go of that word. So I went into that office. I say, as the person, who was that? Who was that talking? He say, oh, he's a motivational speaker. His name is Les Brown. Oh, I said, okay. I came by the next day. I said, hey, can I listen to that speech you did? I heard last time. It was on a computer, laptop. He said, yeah, sure. He played it. I didn't want to listen to the whole story. I just want to listen to the place he said. Don't allow someone's opinion to become your reality. So I keep playing that. Every time I come, I just play that second. It keeps entering your mind. And as of then, I didn't have no laptop. I didn't have no. The only phone I had available was the one I could use to text or make a call. I didn't have no good phone, so I didn't have access to Google or to YouTube to find those stories myself. So what I did was I had to go and take a flash drive and copy those messages. Anywhere I go, I say, do you have a laptop? Can I listen to something for a second? I plug it in and I listen to it again. So I had to start renewing my mind. And that's how I started listening to other great speakers like Dr. Miles Monroe, to his blessed memory, John Maxwell, all these people. But the number one influence I had was when I heard that voice. Don't allow someone's opinion to become your reality. That was the deal. And I begin to realize that what this man said about me don't have to be my reality, because I have lived in that life for a very long time. And if I didn't hear the words of Les Brown that day, I don't know what would have become of me today. So I don't want to waste our time because I have other speakers coming to speak. I just want to say thank you very much, Les, for sharing, your story, because what he said was said to him by Mr. Washington, like you all know already. So Les Brown's story affected my story, and my story, I believe, is affecting someone right now. So it is a chain coordination of stories and stories and stories. So I'm so grateful for Les, sharing his own story. I'm so grateful for him listening to Mr. Washington at the time he listened to him. Now, you see, the chain reaction is affecting our lives. So I want to say thank you very much, Mr. Les Brown. And I want to say that you're still going to be much around. You are not done yet. And I know the reason why you're still alive is not because you have good doctors, or it's not because God loves you the most, but it's because you still have a lot of things to offer to the world. And the world is still waiting for those remaining manifestations. So I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you, Kristin. You did a wonderful job. And thank you.
Thank you, Iffy. I appreciate that, and I'm sure Mr. Brown does too. Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
All right.
That was amazing. It is so true that lives are connected, and we're impacted by lives being linked together by commonality and by the things that inspire us, and then we go on to inspire others. It is important now for me to talk about the connection that I have with the next person that I'm going to bring to the stage. I actually met her through Iffy's program, Unscripted Voices, where I decided that, you know what, I wanted to mentor and I wanted to help someone else develop their story, develop their mindset, and for them to be able to achieve the goals that they set for themselves. And so I quickly mentored with Miss Beverly Briggs, and we are now accountability partners. The mentorship has ended because she has met the goals and all of the expectations of that mentorship through Iffy. Amazing person from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going to bring to the stage Miss Beverly Briggs. Good morning. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Beverly. There we go.
I'm sorry. Good morning.
No worries.
I'm finally in.
Yes. So
Yes.
did you want to share a few words, or did you want to stay on and host with me?
Okay, well, I do want to share a few words, and I was supposed to be hosting with you. If you are comfortable doing it by yourself, I'm okay with. I'm quite fine with that. This morning, my phone just decided it was not giving me access to StreamYard. But I'm so glad to be on at this point in time. And
Perfect.
Les Brown has been, it is to be a person who touch lives all around the world, places that you don't even know of, and you're in their home touching their lives. And that's the kind of great man Les Brown is. And my life is one that he touched a couple of years ago, like about 10 years ago. I bounced him up on the internet, and he touched my life in a profound way. I was going through at that time, I was now establishing my organization and have had so many persons tell me you're not enough. Okay, I'm hearing you. I know that you're educated. I know that you learn your stuff, but you're not enough. Go back and get a diploma. Go back and get a degree. And I felt so insecure, and so I was at a very low place. And that time that I first hear Les Brown, he was speaking, he was giving his testimony of being a slow learner. They used to call him the dumb twin. And how he had someone who would tell him, hey, you're more than enough. You can't do this. Anything that you put your mind to do, you can't do. Your reality is not what persons think of you. And that really inspired me. As if he said, he held on to that one thing. This is the thing that I held on to, that I am more than enough. I can live above my experiences. And he has been, when I was able to do this course, I was so ecstatic about it, because he is just a profound person, a wonderful icon that I would encourage anybody to pay attention to, because he really is a stalwart. And I wrote a poem. I'm sorry, I had my outfit in mind and all. wasn't able to get it. But you know what? I think the most important thing is that Les Brown knows while he's alive how much he have impacted our lives. And so I wrote a poem, and it's a toast to Les Brown. Hot dog, a diggity dog. Now we've got heirs, it's time to cheer. To a man of courage, elegance, and dignity, determined to bring all people in unity. Respect, kindness, and love but a few characteristics he possesses so true. With humble honesty, he compels thee to become aware and thyself to be. See the greatness we possess so rich. Some say even by his eyebrows they're bewitched. His eyes they nestle intently beneath the emblem of life that cause you to breathe, deep into more than just black and white. His faith could not be captured by sight. Life itself breathed out so rare, a charisma that he loves to share, a beauty that's not colored black, an education that some do lack. But colors of the rainbow rays brought essence to everything he says. The purity of forget-me-not, that he surely knows what he's about. So happy birthday, my dear sir. You're a wonderful soul, I must concur. And I know I failed
Right.
to read it, but I would post it. So I failed to
Yes.
read it in a way that is understandable, but I would post it so that he can get it because he's really, 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 truly a wonderful person. Happy birthday, Les Brown. Happy birthday. You know, you given us, it's not just the words you say, it's the life you live. You've given us a reason to live. You know, you battle cancer, and there you are for years, and there you are smiling and laughing, and we're in Mickey Mouse underwear. Yes, you encourage us by your lifestyle to be all that we can be, and we are truly grateful for that.
Yes. Thank you,
Yes.
Beverly. If you want to continue to host with me, I'm going to have you hang out in the backstage and we'll pop in and out together. But if
Okay.
you do have to go, that's okay. I'll still hold down the fort. So I'll let you choose, okay? Thank you so much for that. That was a wonderful poem.
So,
She's an amazing person, and it's so great to work with her. She's doing amazing things. Mr. Brown, she didn't mention, but she has a lifeline that she created for people worldwide that's based out of the UK. And she also is looking to have a building where it is a resource for people in Trinidad and Tobago that are going through hard times. So your impact is amazing. The next person that I have up to speak is a man with a billionaire mindset. For me, when I think of this person, I think of the impact that you made by recommending Mr. John Tallarico to all of us. This man has made some significant strides. He is a businessman and he is so down to earth. His story is amazing and he's a wonderful father. And it is my pleasure to bring to the stage Mr. Larry Normile.
Thank you, Kristen. That was nice of you.
Thank you. It's true.
It is. You know what? It's kind of funny. You know, I didn't start off that way. You know, I started off big headed, just like a lot of people do. So I can't really like. I think over the years, I just kind of learned to accept the fact that it is what it is. Life is what it's going to be. You can make the best of it. You can make the worst of it, and that's where I've came in my life. And it's just helped me with the goals that I've set and everything I've done. And I want to thank you for having me on here because this is an honor to be on here again. I get to talk to you. I love that little smile you got going on over there. I didn't wear any red. I'm not gonna lie. I had to go take my car get washed because I had to drive it the other day and it had salt all over it. So I had to wash it before I put it up for the snow. Because in Delaware we're getting hit with another 6 to 8 inches tomorrow, and
Right.
luckily I got a big old truck, so I don't worry too much about that. But my car I do. So anyway, I want to get on here and I wanted just to wish Les Brown a happy birthday and talk a little bit about him because honestly, in October of 2019, that's where I don't know if he really knows because I know he deals with a lot of people. We've talked and we're friends. He's talked to me personally, so he probably knows, but he might not remember because I can imagine the stories he's hearing right now with everybody he's talking to. But in 2019, I was going through some stuff. I invested into a development and kind of almost put myself in a hole where I couldn't get out of, right? It took my wife helping me to get through it all, like financially and all. Like we were in a hit. And I listened to a Les Brown podcast or video on YouTube. And between him and TD Jakes, I'm telling you, them two saved my life that day. And I know the power of why people do what they do when they get on here and they speak and stuff. That's the only reason I do it. If you look at my social media presence, you see I don't have a lot of followers. I never been that guy. I didn't have to be that guy. I didn't believe that my followers make my bank account. I just believe that followers are people that I know and trust and love and want to be friends with. That's it. That's all I ever really cared about for followers. So when I started to realize, man, he changed my life. They helped me get myself back together. And in less than 4 months, I was all the way back on my feet again. bought my wife's car, paid her car cash, ended up paying my mom, bought my mom's house for her, did everything I could possibly think of because I sat down and I was like, you know what? I needed to reset some goals because I already hit goals that were accomplished that I needed new ones. And I didn't realize how powerful they were, to set them goals. Went on October 9th on 2019. I don't remember the exact date right now off the top of my head, but I got it written down. Trust me. There's not a thing I don't write down. I wrote it down the day that I heard him speak, and I heard him and TD Jake speak. And when he spoke, I wrote goals down, and I was like, I'm going to do this. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. And within 4 months, I did it. So the power of listening to him and realizing who he is and what he was about and stuff. And his laugh sounds like my father's laugh, so it gets me every time. And I graduated the alumni program with him, and I did do the speaking and everything. But I still get on. What'd you say?
You were Power Voice Summit 1.
Yeah, I
right?
was alumni. I was one of the top 20. So I actually I still go though. I didn't go this Wednesday. I'm going to go today. Like I usually go every Wednesday still. I don't even do anything. I just listen because the knowledge that the man has is just insane. And the way he can help you tell your story is just it's empowering. It should help you at least understand like the gift of it. Like, because we're here to help people, right? That's all it's about. It's just about to help ourselves and help other people. Yes. I do this to help myself and to help other people. Just like when I get on my To Whom It May Concern, that's me talking to me.
Right.
But people are like, man, that touches me. You're talking to me. I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to myself too. High five. We're back there together. Like we've been through it. I know what it feels like. So that's why I do the things I do. And you could tell I don't really sell anything. I don't do any of I don't do it for that reason. I'm literally on here just to make a difference, to help make a difference in the world. I have a nonprofit called Next Generation Outcomes. It's something I've done for a long time. I help troubled youth. I go around to the prisons and stuff and I talk troubled youth, and I actually bring people into my programs and I work with them one-on-one to help them get themselves together. So that's who I am in a nutshell. But for Les Brown, man, God bless him. He's 76, still kicking it, like getting it too. Like you wouldn't even,
right?
He doesn't skip a beat, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Don't say because he's gonna charge you that money.
I know, right? Y'all know Cash App.
Yeah, Cash App. You gotta have that Cash App.
Right.
So he got me away from saying that's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So anybody that wants to get on with him, I promise you, if you actually listen and focus and pay attention to that class and listen to what he says, you have something there. Look, I just said anyway, I'll probably end up, still doing it until God knows when, because I feel like it's something that it benefits me just as much as it benefits him. Because speakers love to speak, right? We love to talk. We love to speak.
Do.
So,
look at me. I was like, for 2 hours, hopefully somebody comes on. But if not, I'll talk.
You'll talk. That's all it is, right? And now you got people. I see people in the waiting room.
Yes. Yes.
You got some people down there waiting on you.
Yes.
So how's your day going? How's everything with this?
The day is going fantastic.
Good.
I woke up this morning, Larry, and I was like, you know what? You know me, I get emotional, not because I'm sad, but like just because I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
And I had my playlist going and I'm like, oh, that reminds me of Les Brown. Oh, that reminds me of him too. I'm a fighter and then I realized, he resonates with me in everything that he says. And it's amazing to know that one, I have a great mom and a great granny behind me.
Yeah.
And, I have one really great uncle, and my grandfather was just so impactful. And what I realized this morning is Les Brown, I don't know him personally like I know my family.
Yes.
But he makes me feel like they make me feel. He builds my confidence up the way that a family member should.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I'm so grateful that I had this idea and that I decided to run with it. And I was not going to be fearful and everything in like, am I going to be able to do this? This is for Les Brown and it's going to be live. And then I realized, just do it, break through
It's
that.
a powerful tribute. Like, to be honest with you, no matter what, you did it in a good-hearted intention. There was no ill intention behind it. So everything you're doing is positive. So no matter what, the outcome had to be good.
Right.
Even if one person showed up, nobody showed up, you could have talked forever about
Oh,
it.
I would have.
It's easy, right?
Yeah.
Because the power of somebody like him is like, I'll give you an example. At 16, when my father passed away, I didn't have anybody, right? On the father side of things. And I went real dark in my head and I couldn't get out of there. I ended up running away, leaving my mom. Not really running away. I just left. Like, I didn't run away. I still came here and there, but I never really was home. And I was living on the streets. I was just doing dumb stuff because I had no father there or no somebody to help me push me in the right positive mindset to get me where I'm supposed to be, right? So when I listen to him, that's what I relate. I relate to that. Like, okay, the 16-year-old Larry that needed to hear this, that's who he's speaking to right now. He's speaking in my side that's still there. Like, it doesn't go away. We just outgrow it. Like, we become a better person. Every day we're changing, we're evolving, but there's still that person that just needs that little nudge, like, hey, we'll back it up.
Right.
That ain't where you need to be.
Yeah.
So it's good to have people like him that's still doing it and still care. You can tell he's genuinely care. He'll damn near give you a shirt off his back. He's got to almost be careful what he says. John will be like, hey, stop.
Exactly.
He'll give a little away too much, but he's just got a really good soul, man, good heart. And he's just a very blessed individual. And then his son, I was in I went in one of their clubhouse meetings, him and his son, and I realized he bred that boy.
Yeah.
Through. He is him. That's
yes. You know what I like is they have, I think it's on YouTube it's probably on YouTube where him and John Leslie, they have quotes back and forth.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I'm like,
that was a good one. I would not want to go to quote for either one of them.
I know, right? They are the kings of quotes.
Yes, they are. They definitely are. They have an arsenal of quotes.
They sure
know them. They remember them. They remember the name. Like, man, that's insane. That's study. That's why I said, like, him and his father, you could tell they were close growing up. They probably worked a lot together because that's something that doesn't just happen. My son and I have that kind of relationship, and they don't happen easily. Like, there's a lot of trials and tribulations into that.
Right.
You got your teenage years where you got to smack upside the head every once in a while, let them know they're going in the wrong direction. There is just that thing. And you could tell, like, through it all, they stayed strong and grew together. And now look at them. So that's a good father. He's a good father figure. So,
yeah.
And a good speaker. So that's just what I want to say about the man. And I want to thank you for having me on here.
Thank you, Larry. He is an amazing man. And
yes, he is.
I have to say this because with my daughters both having fathers that have passed, when I look at you and the way that you are such an amazing father to your kids, it gives me a lot of hope for them. That there is somebody out there that will.
There will.
Figure.
Listen, Kristin, I'm gonna tell you this now. And this is something I don't talk heavily on because my son, and I don't bash anybody, right? I don't believe in doing that with somebody. But I'll say this: my oldest son's mom really wasn't in his life, okay, for her own reasons and whatever's going on in her life, right? And my middle son's the same thing, kind of like they're there, but they're not there. Like they're there. They're good people. They're good. They're genuine people. They're just not able to financially or dependently take care of their son. So I did, right? And I met a woman 8 years ago that changed my perception on what a woman should be for a child, right? Because a child needs a mother and a father in some way, shape, or form, right? I don't believe anybody should take a parent or from a child unless deemed need to be, right? Not over anger or anything like that. Like, you should know, because how you lost yours is just insane. So I know you feel what I'm saying. Yes. But some people won't, because some people hold it into like an emotion where it shouldn't be about emotion. It should be about that child, right? But once you find that person, and you will, I know you will, because God's not going to let that not happen, right? And you're not going to not let that happen. Right. You're not going to bring in the wrong person because you know what you want in life, right? So as an experienced woman now and a strong, independent mother, you're not going to let them children be around somebody. So it'll happen. And it's not something that you're going to find looking. It's just going to be something that happened. Because my wife, I didn't look for my wife. I just happened to go in. I was talking. She was getting tattooed by another artist, and I usually go around, I say hi to everybody. You know, I always introduce myself, talk to people. I don't say I'm the owner. I just walk around and I talk to people because that's who I am.
Mhm.
And I want everybody to feel comfortable. So I go back, I'm talking to her, and like 2 hours go by after conversations and conversations. And I didn't even realize I was back there that long. I done pulled up a chair, got my feet all propped up. I'm just hanging out now. And days go by and it just keeps happening and happening. Conversations keep getting stronger and stronger. And I realized I got a woman here that is in the middle of the biggest growth of her life. Like she's about to make all these moves. She has goals that are set, like unrealistic goals that I love. Like I don't like realistic goals. I just think they're easy to obtain. Like you want a new car, go get a new car. Oh well. You get it. You don't want any more, get rid of it. It's not that big of a deal. That's not a goal to me. Right. That's just something you get because you feel better. But a goal is like what you're going to do with your life and where you're going to be and how you're going to be at the end of it. Like, what do you think you're going to be? Because if you can get to that goal, once you hit them goals, you got to hit bigger goals, right? So that's what she was doing. And she did everything she set out to be. She was enlisted off. She was enlisted in the military. She said, when I met her, she's like, listen, we were only together a couple months. She said, I'm going to be leaving here in about 3 months. I'm going to Afghanistan. I'll be gone a year. She's in the Army. They go for a year. They don't go for 6 months.
Wow.
She was stressing out. She thought I wasn't going to be there. I was like, listen, when I want something, I want it. And if I feel like it's that, it's you. I was like, I'll be here. I was there to pick her up when she got back a year later, right? And through all that, she did that. She ended up going over there, staying extra actually a month because she stayed for her boss because her boss had to come from for emergency. So she ended up getting a pass to go to OCS. And she became an officer in the military, captain promotable, retired from there, and now is one of the top 5 executives inside the VA hospital. She's making a change inside the VA hospital.
Wow.
So to watch her do all that, and when I met her, she physically was just reservist in the Army, working as what's called not an elementary teacher, but whatever's before that, I forget.
Okay.
So she was preschool teacher. So that's what she was doing, but she knew that's not where she was going to be. So like hearing her story and seeing that she was passionate, that's what made me, so attracted to her, and the fact of her mind was strong, right? And that's what I feel like. If you're there, you're already there. Your goals are unrealistic, right? You should have some unrealistic goals that just don't make no sense.
Yep.
I'm gonna be a billionaire. I already know it's gonna happen. I don't know how, but it will.
Yeah.
Right? I already made what I already said I was gonna be years ago. Like I've done made millions of dollars over the years and didn't even realize I did it. Like when you sit back and think about it, you're like, okay, that's not that hard, really, right? It just takes a dedication, and there is going to be a lot of trials and tribulations to it. But once you get through it all, listen, if you can get through it all, you can get through anything. Just like a marriage, a business, a goal, and just like your career and your job. Because like a relationship, I'll give you an example. First few years is just feeling each other out. You lovey-dovey, right? 4th, 5th year, it's kind of like, they get on my damn nerves. Is wherever, 6, 7, you're usually around there. That's when you're like, okay, we're here for the long haul. We're going to make this. We got time invested. Like a lot of, you start thinking long terms then, right? It takes you a while to get to that. Same thing with goals. Sometimes when you're going to build that empire, it might take you a little while because you might have a lot of knockdowns, but as long as you remember, like, listen, I can do that. Like, okay, I'm going to still get that. As long as I can pay the bill, like I got a place to live, my kids are fed, I'm going to keep it moving, right? Because I didn't want my kids to ever feel the struggles, right? I didn't want to go through what I went through. And I just tell the story now. So, Kristin, I know it'll happen for you, and I'm going to be excited to see it happen because I know you now, and now I get to watch it happen.
Yes.
Amen. And I'm going to see it. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on and showing your gratitude to Mr. Brown. He's an impactful man, and I can see how he has impacted your life.
Yes, he has. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Larry Normile, you are an amazing man. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you being here today. I'm going to add back to the stream Miss Beverly Briggs, my former mentee. Miss Beverly.
Oh, you must have done a really, really great job, girl. And not must have, let me tell you, she did a very great job. Working under Kristin within I am not lying to you. Within 2 months, there were shackles falling off of me that I have had for years upon years upon years. She was really great, and she is an awesome resiliency coach.
Queen.
Surely. Yes.
Yes. We overcome
Yes.
our obstacles, right? When you work with me,
Mhm.
no excuses.
Yes.
You know, we can cry, we can vent, but then we have to focus on gratitude and
Right.
overcome it.
Gratitude is a must. Mhm.
Yeah. It's always been a joy to work with you. We actually have someone in the lineup that was on our show that we do together
Okay.
called Real Talk. This person, Beverly, you've had more conversations with her, and I know you see her right below you. So go ahead and give her a warm introduction.
I cannot see her.
Not, I'm sorry. Okay. So this is a woman that Beverly talks about a lot.
Mm.
Beverly has been impacted by this person, and I have too. Um, she is an amazing lady, husband from
Mommy.
Okay, I'm sorry. Here. Let me let her say hi. Can you say hi to Mr. Brown? Oh, you said you were gonna tell him happy birthday this morning. You're gonna be shy.
She's being shy.
Show
London.
show your sweatshirt. No? Okay, maybe later. Okay, give me a sec. So, okay, we're gonna let you sit with me. Okay. Okay. Now,
Mommy,
yes,
I fell in your guitar.
the remote control to the TV fell into the guitar, you guys. I wonder how that happened.
The joys of parenthood.
Well,
Okay, tell Mr. Brown, happy birthday. Please make him happy. You have your Minnie Mouse on, and you were going to show him your Minnie Mouse stuffed animal. No? Okay. Well, let me introduce this lady because she's amazing.
Minnie is my favorite.
Minnie is your favorite?
Mhm.
Well, what is Mr. Brown's favorite? Who does he like? Does he like Mickey Mouse? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let mommy go back to this, okay? And you can just hold on to me, hug me, love me. I love you so much, okay?
I love you.
I love you too. Okay, so we have a lady that I'm going to bring to the stage. She's been on Real Talk, and she is a powerful speaker. She also has, oh, we're going to give her a second, but her husband is also from Trinidad and Tobago. And in just a moment, she will be coming to the stage. Until then, we're going to let Miss London hopefully say hi to Mr. Brown. Over the summer, London got so attached to the Wednesday calls with Mr. Brown that she learned the quote, "You got to be hungry." Yes, she did, and he loved saying it. Yes. And yeah, so Beverly,
So, London, are you going to say it for us?
you want to say it? You want to say it? Okay, ready? So you gotta be hungry. Go ahead. Look at the green light and say it. No? London.
Like the red light.
Okay, say it to the red light.
You got me hungry.
Yes.
You got me hungry.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Good
Yes.
job. Okay. All right. I'm going to pause myself. Miss Beverly, hold on and tell them something nice and positive for me, please. Please stop. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let's just keep going. I'm gonna roll with the punches. Sorry for the interruption. But Miss Andrea Mason, she is so powerful, and she always speaks with power. She is just a very amazing speaker, and I know that she has been impacted by Mr. Brown. So Miss Andrea.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Please pardon the lighting. I'm still working on some technical difficulties and instructions, but I am here. I showed up. That's all that matters. Thank you so much, Kristin, for having me aboard today. I could not pass this day up. For Miss Beverly, how are you doing, my dear?
I'm fine. It's yes. Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. I wouldn't miss it with lovely ladies who have impacted me, and I couldn't go without recognizing one of my mentors, the mentor, Mr. Les Brown. I couldn't pass this up. Happy birthday, Mr. Brown. Thank you so much. I just wanted to just say that, you know, I was at a point where I was running the hamster wheel of life and I was getting nowhere fast. I was in positions where, you know, the next level was to the point where I needed to excel. However, the limitations of what was going on prevented me from that in the world a year ago. But I have had the honor, privilege, and blessing to speak with Mr. Les Brown live. And he was on my vision board, and I've been through rough times. I'm not going to lie. You know, my key points that I have learned throughout my life and was empowered by Mr. Les Brown was going off grid, learning about yourself, learning where have you been? And like he says, are you going through it or are you growing through it? And at that time, I was just going through it. I was trying to figure out, why didn't I fit in? What was in store for me? What was the next level that I had to take? And as I looked back and reflected, I was able to realize now was the time to grow through it. And I still get chills remembering only a few months ago in October, scrolling through my phone. I'm not really a tech savvy person, but that particular evening, it came to my attention. You have a voice. You have to follow your calling. And that was my aha moment, a pivotal moment, if that, where I, ladies, for the first time in my life, invested in me. I took the leap of faith. I walked by faith, not by sight, and I was blessed and privileged to join the Power Voice. I am now an alumni, and I am making major movements and making it magical. On the eve of Thanksgiving, I was honored to be in the presence of greatness with the Mr. Les Brown and connect with him live. I still remember butterflies in my stomach, nervousness, but it was what I had to do. And in our speech and our connection, he told me, you come from 11 pounds of greatness. They had no idea. but they know now. And he said to me, which still resonates in my heart, Miss Andrea, dream big. And I followed Mr. Les Brown's wonderful Mickey of the Mr. Walt Disney, who dreamed big. And his legacy lives on, just that of Mr. Brown's, for years to come. And that's my calling. That's my mission, to help each and every one of you press play. And what do I mean by that? Plan life according to you. Make it happen. It's time. The time is now, and it's time to grind. Happy birthday, Mr. Les Brown. From my heart to yours, everlasting love, unconditional moments. These ladies and so many across the world, I found my family, I found my tribe, I found my calling. And I found my greatness within, and I'm ready to share it with the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andrea. See, whenever you speak like a speaker, and it is just amazing. He says often, speak always like you want to speak as a speaker. When you do that, it will be natural for you. And so I hear that in your voice, and I hear that in the way that you speak, and the way that you set up your conversations and your responses. And I just want to say kudos to you. Great job. You're great at putting forth the message, and you really were paying attention in the Power Voice course.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much for sharing your love and gratitude with him today.
Always. Gratitude attitude is the way to go. I am a woman of integrity. That's how I was raised, and I will never change. And for being on this platform today was unexpected, but like you said, like Mr. Brown says, it's God's way of being anonymous. And I thank you both for having me. And my final message, through the toughest times, miracles are made. Follow your heart and not the hurt nor the herd. Through trials and tribulations, triumphs are won. And once you plan life according to you, you will be forever happy and successful. Again, thank you, ladies, so much. I love this real talk. That's what it's about. Realness, no filter. That's what makes each and every one of us unique and authentic. Again, I thank you, and I will see you in the next one.
Thank you, Andrea.
No problem. Happy birthday, Mr. Les Brown. Be well.
Thank you so much, Andrea. I think he saw the kiss. I apologize.
No worries. All right. Be well, everyone, and dream big.
That was amazing. So, goodness, we have just amazing speakers flowing through today. And I think this is just the most organic way for us to show our gratitude and thanks. For me, it's not just thanks that the Power Voice happened, but I also want to say thank you that he was born, that he was adopted, that he went through all of the trials, the struggles, the tribulations, and overcame all of that. Right? I mean, through everything that he learned, we learn as well. For everything that he's been through and we can relate to, we know we're not alone. And I am so thankful. I cannot express how thankful I am, except to allow all of us to get on and say it. And I think in the multitude, it just multiplies our message that we are trying to send, that we are eternally grateful for the power that has been given to each one of us, and for us to be able to be lights in the world, to go out and shine our lights bright. The next speaker that we have coming to the stage is an amazing woman. I call her now my Aunt Tracy because I have an Aunt Tracy, but her and my Aunt Tracy are so similar in so many ways, and yet they're individually unique. Mr. Brown calls her Tracy, Bobacy, Fee-Fi, Fofacy, Me-My, Momacy, maybe? I don't know if I said that all the way right, but Miss Tracy, hello.
Hello, Brooke API. That's my niece. Hi, sweetie. Yeah, he does. When we were younger, there was a song called The Name Game, and they would take your name and rhyme, and so that's where it all started. And so Tracy, Bobacy, Banana, Fana, Facy, Fee-Fi, Momacy, Tracy. I love it. Happy birthday, Mr. Brown. He has truly been a godsend. You know, as I lay here recuperating from knee surgery, I would be remiss to not get on here. I'm like, I have got to come on here and share my love and gratitude. He not only showed me that my story it wasn't for me, but it was for the world. My journey has been for the world. My story is not mine. I need to share it. And so that really, I didn't know that about myself. I thought that it was just mine. And his story, I mean, it's amazing. Everything that he went through to be the man that he is today has just blown me away. He is the master storyteller. Every time anybody spoke, and once he knew your name, the first 4 letters, he immediately started to rhyme and come up with sentences that spelled out your name. He did that for each and every person. That was just amazing to witness that expertise in someone. You know, hopefully one day, you know, we can come close to touching that, but that's just a gift. That is just simply a gift. He has really opened up his whole heart, his world to us. I had no idea, Brookie. I really didn't. I want to say happy 76 years young. Tyrone, make him a cake. Tyrone's knock on the window, send some nuts over there, do something. But he's amazing, Brooke. He's amazing. He really is. Yes.
Truly.
Oh,
yeah.
He has impacted just so many lives, and
yes,
you know, it's an amazing feeling to be able to do this today and to have the technology to reach out to someone, and whether he ends up in our presence today in this format or not, to know that he will receive this message whenever it is meant for him to receive it is just, I'm so grateful. As a child, I would have never imagined that a day like this would come. And I am so grateful that a day like this has come.
Me either. I'm so proud of you and so thankful to you for taking the initiative and putting this together, because I didn't think of it. This was awesome, and he's going to cherish this just like we cherish him, sweetie. He really is. He's just that kind of guy. I love Mr. Brown. I truly do. I've been listening to him for a long time, and I had no idea that I was going to personally meet him and experience him at the level that we have.
Right. It has been an amazing ride.
It has. It really has.
So thank you.
Grateful.
Yes, I am too. I am too. Thank you so much, Tracy, for sharing your gratitude with Mr. Brown. Your story has been amazing. He's helped you to develop it. Between working with him and John Tallarico, I see a change in you that is like night and day. I remember when we first started, you were quiet, and I was like, oh, she takes notes. And, and then when you told your story, it was like, If she can tell her story, I can tell mine.
Yes.
If she can find peace and positivity and gratitude through it, I can too. If she can be strong, so can I. If he can develop her story, mine can be developed as well. We
Absolutely.
are called, we were chosen, and what we don't realize sometimes when we're sitting there and he says, "Are you chosen? Are you the one?" It's kind of a rhetorical question. You were chosen. He's talking to all of us. You are the one. It's not that you have to be that one person out of the many. We are many people with a message that is uniquely our own, but it impacts many. And oh, Tracy,
Absolutely.
thank you for connecting with me and being on here today. You are powerful. He showed that many times in our calls with him. And I'm grateful that you came on this call to show him your gratitude because
Me too.
he
Thank
really
you so much, sweetie.
you have opened up and you have so much less fear about who you are and where you've been and where you are now. And I see that you have the gratitude in you, and you have that optimism now. Not that you didn't have it before, but it's a strength and just the way that you carry yourself. It was that validation from him, Tracy.
It was.
Validated you. And when you go through some of the things that we've gone through, when you have a man that is loving and in your corner, empowering you to say, yes, you can tell it. It is okay to speak up. Tell your story. People need to hear it. The impact that comes from a man being positive about the negative things that a woman goes through.
Absolutely. And don't you know he was the first man to really give me that type of permission? That's why this all works so well.
Yes.
The kind of man that he is, the character of who he is, I just trust and know that his day is going to be filled with lots of love and lots of laughter.
Yes.
Yes.
We love him so
We
much.
love him. I love you too, sweetie.
All right. Love you, Tracy. Thank you so much for popping in and giving him your love and gratitude.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye. Oops. All right. Tracy is an amazing person, and Mr. Brown has worked with her to develop her story and just to give it life. And it's an amazing transformation that I was able to witness in her. And it's a pleasure to know her and to know Mr. Brown. The next person is another speaker that I hold near and dear to my heart. She has gone through a lot herself, her own unique experiences, some similar to Mr. Brown with health challenges, and those of inclusion and exclusion. She focuses on the inclusion aspect rather than excluding. And when you look at her, you think sometimes that maybe she has not experienced what exclusion feels like. But I can tell you that because I know her personally, she does know what it's like to be on the outside edge and to feel marginalized. And so she uses that to speak up for what is right and to give people power, hope, and love. And she was able to do that because of Mr. Les Brown. I'm bringing to the stage Miss Kathy White with Star Changers.
Hello. So, how are you? So you made me cry.
I'm sorry. You know what? Me and you, we kind of do that, right?
Right? You know what? And that is an okay thing. I used to be embarrassed about it, but I'm not.
I'm
anymore.
embracing it now.
Yep, exactly. So thanks so much for doing this, and this is awesome.
Thank you. It's the least I can do. So when I first started the program, he would say things like, don't speak on things that you're not ready to speak about. And I remember I got myself an exercise bike And I signed up for Power Voice, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to work on some things that I know need to be worked on. And they were physically myself and mentally myself. And I would get on my bike saying, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And I would work out and I would be on my bike reciting my quotes that I was going to use for then it was a 15-minute speech. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk about overcoming sexual assault. I have never told anyone on a public platform. No coworkers have ever heard about it. Only close friends know that it has happened, but they don't know the details. And I'm not going to go into details because he told me I don't have to. Thank God I don't have to go into details to be validated. My story is and I was able to build up the courage, the stamina, and just the wisdom that he shared with all of us. And so I say that to say, he allowed me to know I'm okay. That I am okay.
You are okay.
And you are too. I mean, like we all go through challenges. That's normal. We go through challenges, and it's the overcoming it part. So I don't want to take from what you have to say. And
you are a-okay. I have to move.
Uh-oh.
Yesterday and hang on.
Uh-oh. Okay, so Kathy, you're frozen real quick.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so it's still snowing. I don't know if you guys can see the snow.
I just see white outside of the window.
Yeah. So, but they've got the snowblower going and it was a little loud. So
gotcha.
But as far as the reason that Les is so important to me, and granted, I know that you know my story just because we are accountability partners. Mm-hmm. Last year during the riots, I had to do some soul searching because I didn't understand what was going on. And I didn't understand the inequality of my Black human brothers and sisters versus me being white. I didn't understand. And so I started searching out different, I did a Zoom, I moderated a Zoom meeting with some of my friends so I could understand and see what I could do to help them. And one of my friends, she is actually in California. She's in Bakersfield, California. And I asked what I could do for her. And she asked me, she said, well, you're in the majority. I need you to fight for my rights. And the very next day, I saw on my Facebook feed that Les Brown was doing Power Voice. And I said, you know what? If I'm going to fight for rights, then I've got to figure out how to use my voice. And so I signed up for the Power Voice that day. And granted, I love Les Brown, and I always have. And I had breast cancer, and during my recovery, I would always listen to I would find him on YouTube because I love humor, as you know. Right. And so I connected with Les because of the humor part of his stories. And so when I went through breast cancer, he was my saving grace. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for him. I think he is amazing. And he sent me on his Power Voice class has sent me on a path with John, with which you and I are in together. And now I'm just going on a whole new journey of my life. And I'm so grateful, just so grateful. But so today I would like to tell Les happy birthday and I love you. So,
thank you.
Yes. So thank you, Kristin. So I appreciate you doing this.
It is my pleasure. It is such an honor to be able to tell him happy birthday and to just allow other people to share like I wanted to share, and to make sure that that message gets to him. And this is the best way that I know how. So thank you.
Thank you. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go play in the snow now
Have
because
fun.
I
We
really
love
want to make a
pumpkin
snow
in
angel.
Michigan too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome.
we might put on our
So,
snow pants and get out there a little bit later.
do it.
Right.
Do it. Yes. So awesome.
All right.
Okay. Enjoy your day.
You too. Bye,
Okay.
Kathy.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was a pleasure. Lots of snow there. And let's see. So sorry guys. Let's see what's going on. I'm being signaled. I don't see anything. So sorry about that. We have a few more people that would like to speak, and I think that we may run over on our time allotment. So I'm just going to keep in order of the people that I have on stage, and if we go over, that is going to be fine. But the next person that I'd like to bring to the stage is someone that is in the Thinking into Results course with me, and she's a doctor, and her husband work together and apart, jointly and severally. They are just an amazing team, and I know that they are impacting lives in such a positive way. They're both a pleasure to listen to. And so I actually have both of them here with me, and hopefully they'll both be able to say hello. The Doctors Gray. Hello, Dr. Angie and Dr. John Gray. You guys.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Wonderful. It is a pleasure to have you guys here with us and to be able to share your birthday wishes and gratitude with Mr. Les Brown. So what would you like to say, and how has he impacted the two of you?
So I would like to say that we have been following Les Brown since the beginning of time and his PBS days. That's when I became introduced to him. And I have been motivated and inspired by him ever since then. So he is a wonderful person. And what I love most about him is his love for God. His love for the Lord is so positive. It's so evident. It's in everything that he does. And the fact that he is allowing God to use him in this way to leave his lasting legacy for not just his family, but also for the kingdom is just an awesome thing. What he has done for me personally, I cannot even put words to. He has given me a different perspective on life. He's allowed my voice to become a powerful voice in the universe. And I'm just so grateful for him. I just want to wish him a very happy, very special 76th birthday. And that is nothing to sneeze at. That is an amazing, amazing, amazing opportunity for him to just be on this earth and to be doing the wonderful things that he is doing. He has made such an impact, not just in my life, but in the entire world. And for that, I'm so grateful and so thankful to just be a part of his world, just a little tiny piece of his world. And I'm grateful for that. He has really allowed me to take my story and to use it to share with others and to build others up and to edify others. And for that, I'm grateful.
Yes.
I just want to just say, Mr. Brown, happy birthday. And your legacy is going to far, far exceed any expectation you even thought you had. You know, there was this little boy that came through the foster care system.
Alexa, dismiss.
That's my Alexa alarm going off. And there's a little boy who went through the foster care system in New Jersey and was homeless in higher ed. and went through so much adversity, but I kept hearing this voice in my head, you have greatness in you. You know, I've channeled Les so many times in my journey, and I just kept remember, and I believed him. For one, being a Black man, I've never seen a Black man with so much control of the English language. I mean, he is just like a genius in terms of verbal linguistics. I mean, he is just a genius. And I have channeled him so many times, and he has pulled me through more times than I can imagine. And to have him coach, mentor us, that's just fantastic. I mean, it's a dream come true. So, Mr. Brown, happy birthday. God bless you. And may heaven continue to smile upon you. And guess what, my friend, you are just getting started. You're just getting started.
And Kristin, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for bringing this opportunity to us, to all of us, from the Power Voice family, from the Thinking into Results family. What a wonderful and awesome blessing that this is, and it's all of your doing. So thank you so much for including us. And we are just so grateful to you and so proud of the work that you have done. I have personally had the opportunity to see you grow leaps and bounds, just like we have. We have grown leaps and bounds, and we're doing it together. We're all a family. We're all connected. And thank God for you.
Thank you. Likewise. Thank you both for the work that you do and for sharing your message with Mr. Brown today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you both.
We love you, Mr. Brown.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We are grateful.
Oh, that was amazing. Mr. Brown, are you feeling the love? Amazing. The next person that I have in the lineup is Miss Monchelle Sharp. Miss Monchelle was a Power Voice Summit speaker as well. And she is just amazing. She believes in the power of yourself and the strength that you have within yourself, and to not hold on to that, and to believe that you can overcome the things that you go through. And so with that, I am bringing Miss Monchelle Sharp to the stage. Hello. You're muted, ma'am. Look for
There we go.
There you go.
It was a big old microphone that had a line through it.
I was going to say, look for the microphone, but then I was like, I know she's got this. She's just got to breathe.
Just breathe. Hi, everyone. Hi, Kristin.
Hi.
You look amazing. Thank you for this platform and everything. I typically miss this because I am at work right now. But thank you for welcoming me on. Happy birthday, Mr. Brown. Happy birthday. You know, I started Power Voice last year, and I actually was introduced to Mr. Brown years ago by Dr. Miles Monroe, rest his soul. And I heard Dr. Miles Monroe say his friend. I said, okay, and all of his teachings, he's never mentioned a friend. And he mentioned Les Brown. So I started listening to Les Brown. And just before I joined the Power Voice last year, I actually joined through John. I was connected through John Tallarico first. And as he's the great connector, connected to Les Brown. But just before then, I was living out of my car. And at midnight, I would turn after I would finish doing what I was doing and I was wrapping up and turning the car on for the heat, I would go to Les Brown's audio on YouTube and listen to him, say, you have greatness in you, you can do this. And I kept saying, I have to get out of this situation. And I was acting on that. And then within 3 months, I found John and I said, okay, I need a coach, life coach, just to help motivate me in mindset. And then I had no idea John would connect me to Les Brown. And I was just, wait. That's the guy who got me out of my situation. I couldn't believe it. And then I just had no idea I was going to be a summit speaker. So it just Les Brown's teachings and encouragement, just constantly hearing his word and hearing his story, it just helped me to not accept positions that I was in and to make sure that I'm still and always trying to remain in my create mode. So I just want to thank Les Brown, wish him the happiest birthday ever. But you know, his ability to make sure he got this on wax. He got this on wax. And so it will forever, forever, ever be around, just as it will forever be around. And I think that's the greatest gift to all of us, is that he put it on recording. And so it's just, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Me too, which is why I'm like, let me make sure that we all share this.
Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Kristin.
You're welcome. You and I need to get together still.
Yes, we do.
So, yeah, we'll have a collaboration in the future.
We sure will. We sure will. And also, one thing I was going to say, so when I say I'm at work, I assist people who have cancer diagnosis. And so when I often use Les Brown when I'm talking to them because he has a diagnosis. So there's many ways that I'm utilizing his gift in my everyday and even just when I'm not doing this, just in my regular life. So his story is just it's God sent. It's God sent.
Wow, that is amazing that you're using the motivator to motivate other people.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Monchelle, for being a light in the world. And
yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Les Brown. Thank you, Kristin.
Thank you. Thanks for him. Have a great day. That was Monchelle Sharp. Amazing woman. So next we have someone that I would like to bring to the stage, but I'm going to hold off for just a moment and introduce this person. She is an amazing, amazing woman. And gosh, everybody knows her. If you know Les Brown, then I'm pretty sure there's a 99% chance that you know her as well. But while we wait, because I see that she is handling some business, we're gonna have another person come to the stage. And this person, you just popped in, so I hope you're ready. She has the ability to showcase people on her own network. And I've forgive me if it didn't say that correctly, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. But she has given people the opportunity to take their voice and their platform into television media. And it's just amazing that the work that this lady does. And so with that, I'm going to bring Miss Tanisha Ramsey to the stage.
Hello, beautiful. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I am great, and so are you, like Les would say.
Yes.
Yes. I'm so honored to be chosen to get to give out this birthday shout out to our uncle, our dad, our papa, our mentor, our coach. You name it, that's what he means to us. So I just want to say, Mr. Les Brown, thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for giving my soul, this nurse right here, the CPR that she needed to be revived so that she could revive others and help others not just survive, but to thrive. Happy birthday, Uncle Les Brown, Mentor Les Brown, Coach Les Brown, Daddy Les Brown. you're everything to everyone, whatever we need. You're just one of those kind of people that becomes whatever someone needs. Thank you. Many blessings, many more. We love you. A humble student.
Aw, so sweet. Thank you, Tanisha.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm sure that he's going to love being able to see your message and just your gratitude. He has impacted so many lives, and I'm glad that he's impacted you as well, and that you're going out there and reviving others as you've revived yourself.
Absolutely. Each one teach one. And so whatever I'm taught, I want to give it to someone else. Whenever I'm handed up to next level, I want to hand somebody else my hand to get to the level I'm on, because we constantly have to keep growing, stretching ourselves to get to the next level. Thank you, love.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for your time, Tanisha.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Bye.
That was amazing. So now I am going to bring to the stage, before we wrap up, a person that many of you know. She's very active in supporting all of us and our causes, our missions, whenever we ask for help and we are looking for some guidance, some assistance, some wisdom. Just waiting to see if she is ready. All right, so I'd like to bring up the person that is responsible for Chai Together. And I'm looking to see if she is ready to speak to the motivator. Miss Pratibha Day, welcome to the stage.
Hello.
Hi, Pratibha.
Ooh, we're bright.
Yes, we are. Like diamonds.
I know, in the sky. I did miss your intro because I just got off the phone, but
I know I saw that. I was trying to.
I know. I saw. Thank God you wrote in the chat because I don't know when to get off. So yeah, it's Les's birthday.
It is. And so I think you know the format. How have you been impacted by him? What has he,
Yeah. So I made a post earlier. So I just turned 28. So when I was, 19, 20, when I was in an MLM, someone directed, for motivational speaking to him. And I heard his video, it's not over until you win. And I replayed that because at the time I was suffering from clinical depression because I hadn't taken care of the stuff I needed to for my mind. And literally I was just laying around and having suicidal ideations. So that's where I was in life at being 20, right? So young. And really, like I said in one of the speeches, Speak to Impact speech in Georgia when I traveled during his program that, he helped me survive. Like literally, I don't know how I would have been or who would have been that person to help me, during that time. But he is really someone who is just so powerful. And it really is an honor to know that how far I've come, even with, my brand Chai Together now that I'm speaking on a daily basis, you're speaking on a daily basis. I just find that if it wasn't for this program and his book, You've Got to Be Hungry, which I read in 2 days in the summer, and Les actually read my review for it. It was sent over to him, and that just, so I was homeless, and then I joined Les's program, and I gave it my all because I literally didn't have anything. So it really just meant a lot to me. And, and now I'm I'm the epitome of like his program. Yeah.
I know that he has made a huge impact on your life, and just motivating you to motivate others has been so impactful. I see the impact that you are making as you go about your own road to motivating others. And it's amazing. the connections that you've made and
Yeah.
the impact that you have. You support everyone and you lift people up. I want to say thank you to you. You have connected a lot of people within the group and encouraged people to reach out to others. And I think that you hold a light very similar to Mr. Les Brown. It is uniquely your own. And I see the impact that he has made on you. And without him and without this program, who knows how this connections or all
Yeah.
the connections that we have, how they would have been created. Like these connections have been created because of Mr. Les Brown and Mr. John Tallarico deciding, you know what, let's create a program. Let's give people the power to use their voice and go out and be a light. I'm going to teach other motivators and other speakers to speak. And it's just amazing to have that connection and to know that we've been impacted. It just feels great.
Yeah. This is why investing in yourself, right? I've never done anything like this, but honestly, like one program, you know, you would think it's like a course or something, but it's really family. Like we came together as a community. It's really whatever you make of it. At the time, I took it all. Like I was hungry. I took it all. I talked to everybody. This is just how I am naturally, but I was coming for everything. And I did. I made it on the summit and I made it to what I do now. And now, Chai Together has their first product. And people have been supporting me for my sales and all because of what I do. And because people have been watching my journey, it's about consistency. So if you want to do something, like, you know, you don't go at it alone. And like, I always was looking for support in my life. That's one of the reasons why I was always down and about, because I didn't have that at home. But now I found a community of people who have the same mindset, you know, you and everyone. And, you know, when you have a support system like this, like you won't fail, you know, because someone will always pick you up. So, but yeah, thank you. Oh my gosh, you're doing this for 2 hours.
I know. And
what are you doing tonight? Les has a party. Like,
I haven't even really had what I feel like is the opportunity to really say hello and, you know, be able to share just how much he has really impacted me. And like a lot of people say, I don't know how to fully put it in words. We might that speak, but yet how do you put into words the gratitude and the thanks that someone was born and lives in a time where you are able to be in their presence and you are able to channel some of the greatness that they have within them and really believe it of yourself, because you have it too. We all have that greatness in us that he talks about. And how do you tell someone that tells everyone else that they have it, that they are so great? It's hard to do. And the impact of each and every one of us in this program going out and believing in ourselves because the motivator himself believed in us is so powerful.
Am I the last person, by the way?
You are.
Great. Because we could talk, but I wanted to say, you know, it's also, you have to be a little bit crazy. You know, he's talking to Tyrone and stuff, but it's like something in him since he was a kid, the racism he faced. Imagine that. Could you imagine him succeeding as far as he did while racism is around? Like, you know, like all the stuff he's seen. So of course you can be a little not normal, you know, but
he is very animated.
He's very animated, the bug eyes. But I'm saying he had a calling on his life. Up in here. I need a Tyrone squirrel on the side or something.
Oh, that would be so funny.
But I wanted to say, like, you know, he's went through some things like the severity of you and I have, but in a different way. Like, you know, he slept in the garbage with cardboard over him. Like, it's like we've experienced, you and I, traumatic things like that. I know I have, not sleeping in the garbage, but other traumatic things that are to that extent. And to just know that, you know, where he is now, that it's really possible for anyone, no matter if you got your like limb cut off or you went through like the worst of the worst, whatever that may be. Like, just the fact that he just made it, like, simply as that, like, the one person made it, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to put into words, right? Because it's like Martin Luther King, or like he made it to that extent where like he helped people live on.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's fascinating, but it's like he had to be good within himself, that he had to really, like, he says like you have to be willing to die for it. He was like so crazy about that, like an obsession, right? It has to be your dream. He was really obsessed, making phone calls, so he had like blisters on his hands to get speaking gigs. And like he really just did the work to be that one person so he could save all these lives. I'm sure he didn't know he'd be saving all these lives, and that's possibly what carries him on to live longer and longer. And like his birthday today, like, holy wow.
Right? It's such a blessing. It's such a blessing.
What? Like, and he's alive. He looks young, melanin.
Right. Right. Melanin.
But like, what? Because I'm seeing his book right here in his face, and it's just like, what? Like, you just don't know someone's story. Like, people, that story, but the garbage, that's only in his book, unless like, we share it. But I didn't even know that. There's stories in there you wouldn't even know about him, things he went through. Like, nobody thinks about that all the time. That's not healthy,
Exactly.
It's
But it's
so
amazing, like, when he shares his stories and he talks about his dedication, his drive, and just how driven he really is, and to drive that home with stories of, brushing off your suit in the morning after you're stepping out of a dumpster and hoping you don't smell too much like trash, going into the bathroom and washing up so that, you can feel clean, and going into the room and just still doing the work, but knowing that the dumpster is waiting for you. And it was cold at night the night before, and that's where you're going the next day in order to get through what you need to get through, your end goal. And he did the work, and for that, we all have benefited. And how do you say thankful? You're thankful for someone going through some of the lowest of lows to bring people to the highest of highs.
That's so emotional. It's insanity. And I was gonna say, even, I don't even know. I'm just so blown away.
Yeah.
Like, I was just listening to your thought, and then I'm just blown away. But
I mean, it's amazing what his wisdom, right? You can either learn from his wisdom and avoid certain things because you know that you don't want to have to go through some of the things that he's gone through. And you can use that wisdom to pull yourself up and know, okay, it hasn't gotten that bad, and I don't want it to, and I'm going to push harder. Or you can be a fool and go through it yourself. Right? I'm not saying that he's a fool. Not at all. He's a very wise man. He is dedicated. He is driven. He is the epitome of not necessarily positivity, but optimism. And I might have those back. But being able to know what is real and having a sense of realism, knowing what you can do.
there was a quote I was reading. I don't remember by who. It was online, and it stated, to be enthusiastic, fail after fail. Like, it's like he was enthusiastic. He's going to the dumpster, but he's still hopeful.
Right?
Like, holy cow. Like,
I'm going to read this real quick since we're going to be wrapping up soon. This is his poem that he always quotes, and he doesn't have to look at a book like I do. It's called If You Want It Bad Enough by Burton Braley. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night
for it,
to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it. If you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, in neither cold, poverty, famine, nor gout, sickness, nor pain of body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want. If dogged and grim you beseech and beset it, with the help of God, you surely will get it.
Yo, I would have read it too from the book if I knew we were doing that. you know, Rev Casey, when he gave his speech, he killed that. Like, I was like, everybody was standing up in Georgia. We were like, oh my gosh, is he gonna do the whole thing? Like, he said the whole thing. Yo, son. Wow.
Can you believe it?
This is great.
Today's his birthday. It's been a pleasure. Mr. Brown, happy birthday. Thank you so much for all that you've given us. And just know that whenever you think that you've given a lot, you've given way much more.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so with that, I'm going to end our broadcast, and we hope that you have a wonderful day. We will see you tonight on our call. Those of you that are watching that know the call that we are talking about for tonight with Mr. Les Brown, do not forget that he loves Mickey Mouse and he loves when speakers wear red. So please feel free to wear red, to wear Mickey Mouse, to be creative, and to just love him up today. Oh, and don't forget Tyrone. If you have a Tyrone that you'd like to share with the group, feel free to do so. Bye, Mr. Brown. We love you.